July is World UFO Day, and today is the 2nd of July. Coincidence or conspiracy?
In July 1947, in New Mexico, USA, a flying saucer definitely didn't crash on a farm outside Roswell. The story of how this non-event became an annual celebration of UFOs is far more interesting than any alien conspiracy. A down weather balloon is how the US military initially explained the mysterious debris. But decades later, the Pentagon admitted that was a cover story for what was actually a spy balloon to track Russian nukes. And so a conspiracy theory was born. If the government lied the first time, how can we ever trust them again?
The next day, reporters heard that the Air Force had found fragments of the mystery object crashed on a remote ranch northwest of Roswell. Excitement ran high until officials announced it was only a weather balloon. Major Jesse Marcel, in charge of the operation, now tells a far different story.
They took pictures, of course. They had a whole flock of microphones there. They wanted some comments from me, but I wasn't at liberty to do that. So all I could do is keep my mouth shut. And General Ramey is the one who discussed or told the newspapers, the newsmen, what it was and to forget about it. It was nothing more than a weather observation balloon, of course, which we both knew differently.
Major Marcel had to keep silent because of his strategic position at that time. He was in charge of all security and intelligence on atomic tests in the United States and the Pacific. Marcel retraced his secret recovery operation across the hot New Mexico desert.
We left Roswell perhaps around 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As you can see, it's flat. It is very difficult. In fact, with just verbal directions, we know would have found it. We had to follow the rancher out there.
The crash site was so remote, it took an entire day to drive there.
The following morning, we went out to the site where the crash was. And what I saw, I couldn't believe there was so much of it. It was scattered over such a vast area. So we proceeded to pick up as much of the debris as we could, loaded in a wagon. We filled that up. It took us a good part of the day to do that, because there's such small fragments that we had to do a lot of picking. We found a piece of metal about a 1.5 to 2 feet wide and about 2 or 3 feet long. Felt like you had nothing in your hands. It wasn't any thicker than the foil out of a pack of cigarettes. But the thing about that got me is that you couldn't even bend it. You couldn't bend it. Even with a sledgehammer would bounce off of it. So I knew that I had never seen anything like that before. And as of now, I don't know what it was.
There is new evidence that the FBI then got into the case with a different cover story. Lawyer Peter Gersten, searching through declassified government documents, came across a mention of the Roswell case.
One of those documents related to an incident in Roswell, New Mexico, which indicated that the object which had crashed was an experimental kite. The FBI investigated the incident and determined that it was terrestrial, that it was from an organization which had been doing research in experimental kites.
What did crash in this desert? A UFO? A weather balloon? A radar-reflecting kite?
It was not anything from this earth that I'm quite sure of, because I was being an intelligence officer. I was familiar with just about all materials used in aircraft and in our air travel. This is nothing like that. It could not be. It could not have been.
I do not trust the government. That's why I don't pay tax. It's also the reason I don't tell them I don't pay tax.
Of course, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to be curious about inexplicable objects in the sky.
One thing I'd like to see happen on this World UFO Day is people looking at the subject without prejudice and just looking at the information that's available and taking it where it leads them.
The vast majority of inexplicable objects turn out to be perfectly explicable. Kites, planes, rockets and drones are regularly mistaken for alien craft, and atmospheric events can result in baffling light shows.
Conspiracy explanations are attractive for a number of reasons. One of those is that they are just more interesting often than the official explanation.
And then there are the deliberate fakes. Whether it's for attention, to make money, or just to prove how easy it is, people love trying to dupe us about aliens.
One of the interesting things about conspiracy theories is that if you offer evidence against them, that evidence then becomes evidence for the conspiracy.
It's fun to think there are little green men cruising the skies, but the truth is, any species sufficiently advanced to travel here probably wouldn't care about us puny humans anyway. So the evidence is in. There's no such thing as UFOs. Or is that just what I want you to believe?
I mean, are they unidentified or are they aliens? They can't be both.
I gotta say, I couldn't care less. I don't care if they're there, they're not there. If
I care a lot.
I don't care.
Hey,
Yeah, I believe they're out
you
there.
better care because
Yeah.
that's the end of the show.
Okay.
Please thank girl, Colleen!
Hollywood shaman, take that out. Everyday people asking why. Mess with something they don't understand. Unknown blood is come around their hands. Who do you think you are? Loving yourself like you know it all. Who do you think you are? Secret you keep that could change the world.